Hi. You know, when I was watching those YouTube reviews on that movie Get Out, and there was this word called symbol. It's not symbolism. I forget what the word is that they use, but and I had to look it up because I didn't know what it was.
We dare to let him go. We hired everyone.
And it's when you take symbols and you use them to depict something. And supposedly this movie Get Out had a lot of symbols that you were supposed to pick up on and post to a lot of these people who saw this movie, they were talking about the symbolicness of this and the symbolicness of that and the symbolic. Yeah, the only symbolic thing in that movie is slavery. When free will is removed from someone, it becomes slavery. Because we were in bondage and in slavery. You see a movie, supposedly this is a black guy who wrote this movie and I believe directed this movie. What would possess any black person to believe this could be entertaining to any other black person or the world? There are people, yeah, Donald Trump people probably love this movie and flocking into the theaters to see it. You're planting seeds, okay? Many of these people, some of these movies, when these movies start coming out and they had people with these dungeons and all of this stuff digging in in the mountains somewhere and planting these drums down in there and filtering it in air and then going off and kidnapping the neighborhood girl and putting her down into the dungeon. This stuff was in the movies, but now it's reality. The blowing up of buildings and things and all of this stuff. We used to see all of this in the movies. I'll never forget, 9/11 and the people coming across the Manhattan Bridge and the Brooklyn Bridge and all that ash was on them. And all I could say, and everybody who was walking around me, is we're looking at this is just like being in a movie. And it was. It was like being in one of those apocalyptic movies. It really was. The end of the world type of movie. It really was. It was like being in the movies. That's all we could say. This is like the movies. Because we couldn't wrap our minds around that had really happened, or that what we were seeing was really going on. The ambulances and everything, all the sirens and all of this was going on. And the people walking like zombies with these ashes, and the building, the World Trade Center, was collapsing, and it was like the end of the world. It was like all the tunnels and bridges and all the subways stopped, buses stopped, cabs stopped, everything stopped. It was like the end. Everything blocked off. You couldn't go but so far that way, and you couldn't go but so far this way. Everything was blocked off. It was like the end of the world. It was like a movie, and we were caught in it. We were caught in it. It wasn't a movie. 9/11 was real. But how many times had we seen it in the movies? And so you went to this movie and you saw this and you thought it was funny. Oh, everybody, most of them saying they liked the movie. Why would you like a movie where you see black people heads being sliced open and being hypnotized and being drawn into slavery? They're working for free. They're like zombies. They have no free will. They've been entrapped. They've been fooled. They've been led to this place where people are doing them in. They're removing their organs. They're killing them. They're removing their brains. They're destroying them. And you like that movie? You, as a black person sitting in a seat who's paid money for that piece of junk, came out liking it? Something's wrong with you. And you couldn't see the reality. The truth, if you want to talk about symbolism, the truth that was in that movie, you couldn't see it. You were too busy being entertained. Your eyes are shut. Your ears are closed. The Bible says you are in darkness. You cannot see and you cannot hear. Angela Davis said, when they come for me in the morning, they'll come for you tomorrow. You know, that was the thing. And she was talking about the police or the Secret Service or whatever that comes in, like in Russia. They come and they remove somebody. And when they take them, people never see them for the rest of their lives. They either get killed or thrown into prison for the rest of their lives. When you see these kinds of images coming onto the screen, and you hear this news about black men, young boys being stuffed with newspapers and organs missing, and this reality doesn't sink in that this is real, this stuff is happening now, and I need to wake up to it, and I need to not be sitting here being entertained by it, but I need to draw up. They're talking about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Come on. The annihilation of the mind, the destroying of the body, the removing of organs, the distilling of black people, genocide, slow and sure. People going into the hospital for minor surgeries and coming out dead. What is going on? Simple little accidents taking place, things, and people are killed. Sandra Bland going into jail, and they said she was
Okay. So now I'm done.
depressed and committed suicide. You saw her, and I
Put
saw
out your
her
cigarette, please,
in that video.
I'm in my car. Why do I have to put out my cigarette?
Well, you can step on out now.
I don't have to step out of my car.
Step out of the car. 1098, just
For what?
290, send me another unit. Get out of the car.
You know the unit have number 298.
Get out of the car, now.
Why am I being apprehended? You trying to give me a ticket
I
for your
said
failure?
get out of the car.
Why am I being apprehended?
She didn't look like she had any problems and was on her way to killing herself. What is going on? And you watch that movie and you like it? And you're talking about Get Out? And people saying they're going to go see it a second time? And if a white person had made that movie, you wouldn't have been in arms. You wouldn't have been upset and said it was racist. When you got black folks who hate black folks, come on, wake up. Who believe that they are on the other side and they make junk and spoon feed it to you and you eat it up and say, I'm being entertained. No, you're looking at the second coming of slavery and you're laughing at it. You're laughing at it. There's nothing to laugh at. There's nothing to laugh at. Getting shot down in the streets, minor traffic violations, being put into chokeholds, yelling, I can't, trying the best you can to say I can't breathe, and they kill you, suffocate you, destroy you, emasculate you. My Lord. Some never to be seen again. Some found in barren places with organs missing. Something is wrong with this picture. And it doesn't matter whether the newspapers show it or not, or whether nobody but us is talking about it. This thing is real, and we all need to wake up. My Lord, my Lord, my Lord.